Indie Global Media Network.
Namaskar, hello and welcome to this special interaction here with Indie Global Media Network. We have a very special guest who is the youngest MP. Besides, she is also a doctor by profession and taking inspiration from her father. She has got into public service as the youngest member of parliament. She got selected. She is also the member of Standing Parliamentary Committee on Women, Healthcare and Family Welfare. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Kadiyam Kavi. Thank you very much, ma'am, for joining us.
Thank you.
Ma'am, first of all, I would like to know that what led you being a doctor by profession.
Yes.
Then you got into public service. Of course, your father being a politician, so who served as Deputy Chief Minister
Yes.
in the state of Telangana. What led you to come into public service?
My father became MLA for the first time when I was in my 8th class. So it was my growing age, and all the while I was seeing the political environment in my family, in my surroundings, and also I could see people who come with grief or with some troubles or problems to my father going back to their homes with some sort of confidence and peace. That is what led me to enter politics and serve people. So my profession as a doctor was also the main reason for me to select is to serve people. But here I could serve some hundreds or thousands of people. But if I become some member of parliament or assembly, then I can serve almost lakhs of people. That's the reason behind me entering politics.
So, for a larger purpose, you came into the public service.
Yes.
After you joined into public service and also becoming a member of parliament, a lot of work has been done in regards to women and girl child. Would you like to throw some light on that?
Almost when I was working as a doctor, through my experiences and through my patients' issues, I started working on menstrual hygiene awareness, giving to underprivileged girls or government school children. And then also after becoming a government doctor, working in rural area, I found out that there is so much of anemia in rural pregnant women that was leading to so many other complications during pregnancy, delivery and post-delivery. Even it affects the baby also. So that's how I planned my service activities based on that. And then after becoming a parliamentarian, my first maiden speech, I elaborated more on the health sector, how much we can improve that and all.
Great, ma'am. Your profession as a doctor, then your specialization in pathology. How is it helping if you describe in your serving to the larger part of the country?
Pathology, it is like the mother of all subjects. Yeah, it is the study of cell. So my social activities, they just emerge from the day-to-day samples or biopsies which I have been receiving. I used to receive more number of hysterectomy specimens. I felt that lack of menstrual hygiene awareness also led to the removal of this uterus in young age. That was one reason for me to distribute almost 1 lakh free sanitary napkins to the girl children, as well as giving them PowerPoint presentations on female reproductive health. And then the other one is about anemia. There also I understood that good proper nutrition should be taken by the rural women. That will help them to have a high hemoglobin or normal hemoglobin levels. And the third one is it is cervical cancers or breast cancer. Those two are the like number 1 and 2 most prevalent cancers in women. So they should be screened in the initial stages. Pathology is all about dealing with the diagnosis, staging the cancers. Depending on that, the surgeons or the radiologist or anyone, they will plan the treatment. You can say about the metastasis or the spread of the cancer. In that way, what I believe is, after seeing so many samples, if prevention is always better than cure, and also screening at the first stage, you can save the patient life. Because most of the times they come in the later stages where you can't save the patient. So all these experiences of mine being a pathologist, Now I am also a member of standing committee member for health and family welfare. I am giving my inputs to this health ministry as well.
So in a way, you caught hold of the trends that happens in terms of infection and communicable diseases.
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, what is that we can expect from this committee and what we can expect in the coming days?
During the budget session, we had a demand on grants. There we need, my maiden speech, I focused saying that prevention is always better than cure. So as just now our Deputy CM sir has mentioned about like spreading out more number of mobile screening camps or vans that will help the rural women to come out and get screened at the early stages and save themselves. That is one main point. The other one is we should give more emphasis for mental health, because that is become very natural and it is spreading like anything. Even the patient is not aware that he is suffering with some sort of anxiety, depression or sadness. They just get used to it. So, and it will lead to some suicide. So you should also concentrate on mental health. And the third point, what I have mentioned, is palliative care. That is when the patient is in the terminal stage, it is burden for both the patient as well as the family members to take care of a bedridden patient. So what I am planning is, I just want to tell the ministry that you should also focus on palliative care that should be given at the government hospitals too. So these things I am planning to promote.
Great, ma'am. And what is that message would be from you for the young girls who are aspire to become doctors or would like to get into public service? And what would be your message? Look up to their career or profession you want to decide.
If you want to become a doctor, you should have first sympathy and empathy, and also you should be sensitive towards the social issues, because women being we talk a lot about gender equality, but there should be so much of equality in regard to health also, because women, they go through a lot of changes right from their puberty to the old age. So all that should be kept in mind, and being a woman or being a doctor, you should help women to be in a better position throughout their life. And I request everyone, even from the hospital levels or at the doctor level, please be patient with women patients so that they can come out and speak about their illness.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for
Thank you.
joining us for your precious time.
Thank you so much.
Global Media Network, taking innovation, collaboration and growth to the forefront.